Alright. Sorry. Just realized I forgot to look for another background during the last 2 days. Sorry, I just got back from buying groceries, and I hadn't drank anything all day, so I'm quite parched. Um. Anyway, there's actually not much new stuff to talk about. I mean, like I don't have any announcement regarding my life. It's been quite calm these past 2 days. I actually felt quite bored for once. Anyway, so we're about to continue Tales of Berseria. We might, what I might do, and I might start doing semi-regularly, is at some point during the stream switch to Soul Worker to continue on it, because since it's an MMO that relies on some energy system, I feel like it'd be more appropriate to stream it like during I mean to stream it during regular streams, you know. Sorry, I'm eating a bit, and I'm launching Tales of Berseria, and I think I need to get the volume done on my part. Yes. All right. Let me check. Yes, we have a synopsis. This switch up between games for streams has been has me has had me a bit confused. So I tend to forget where we were in the story. Anyway. Oh yeah, I remember now. So last time we explored the Empyrean's throne, which is like basically the headquarters of the Abbey, where Artorius is situated, and where he praises Innominate, one of the 5 Empyreans, one that is summoned 3 years earlier. So we went there, we confronted Artorius. He was quite powerful because he was healed quickly by Innominate. The other legates and the praetors that we know of arrived, and we were forced to retreat. A retreat that was made possible by Laphicet's power resonating with Innominate's and opening the Earth Pulse, which is like some sort of energy current under the world, and it brought us to a temple to the Earth Empyrean in hang on, Ailgand, which is situated basically where the gorge leading to the wind trial was in this area. So we were brought there along with Eleanor, who got kind of sucked in the Earth Pulse with us, and she became Laphicet's vessel to prevent him from turning into a dragon. Hang on, I don't need to keep my headset plugged in. Hang on, I should switch to the game actually, you know. Tales. Where is it? I can't read for the life of me. My eyes aren't working properly. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I was I was taking a look at. They have a synopsis similar to in this area. So yes, huh. It's written really like a book. So yeah, Eleanor became Laphicet's vessel, which means she has to join the party. We met Kurogane, a swordsmith, who worked with Rokuro's clan. No, no. Wait, no, I'm thinking wrongly. He he was jealous of a weapon made for Rokuro's clan, and tried to make a replica, but never managed to. So he helped us prepare to fight Shigure, Rokuro's brother. Um, and so we defeated him. I mean, no, not really. Technically, he defeated us, and but he let us go free because Rokuro showed some real passion and courage. And we were on our way to South Can, where Magilu's friend Grimoire is, because we need her to translate a book for us. That was a book that was written in the ancient tongue. But on our way there, we some of the crew was stricken with the Corsair Scourge. The Corsair Scourge, rather. Yep. I need to remember how to talk. Hang on a way. Yes, okay. Was checking something. And so we changed course to the port town of Renid. And that's where we are right now. So the expedition has arrived.
Take a look at this.
So let's take a look. Fried albatross. I don't think that's something I would want to try. I think I checked last time. Yes, what yes, Rassi was the reference of another Tales of game, essentially. Tales of Innocence, I believe, might be the one. Unless it was the previous one. I think it's this one that was Tales of Innocence. And so yeah, we have the objective of visiting the pharmacist because we need some saletoma, which is apparently a medicinal plant with a terrible taste, but quite useful.
A manacled body got caught in my nets.
Manacled? A prisoner?
You too? Yesterday my nets pulled up an arm. Manacles, even a brand on that one. I really can't take this anymore. I'm losing my appetite and it's bad for my heart.
You said it. Judging by the tides, they would have to have come from that prison island. Is it really just a prison?
You think it's strange too? I've suspected something about that place for a while now. They say the whole island is a prison, but if you ask me, I bet it's just an execution ground.
Or it's for experimenting on demons.
Experimenting? What do you mean?
I mean, they're not far off.
Capabilities. That's why they need prisoners. Food for the monsters.
Not a bad theory.
Just kidding. There's no way the Abbey would do something that horrible, right?
You sure think of some crazy ideas. I bet all of this is the work of some vicious pirate gang.
Of course.
That guy, he's pretty sharp.
Now that you mention it, I haven't seen any patrol ships around there recently. Used to be they'd chase you off if you got too close.
You know, you're right. If there are pirates about, it'll mean trouble unless the Abbey tightens up their patrols.
The best we can do is keep a wide berth of it for now. We wouldn't want pirates and demons sneaking up on us.
I think we'd notice if pirates or demons were around. No way they'd catch us unawares.
I can't
Yeah, of
tell if he's
course.
sharp or or dull as a brick.
Yep, he's both, you know. He's one of those types of people who can seem really brilliant and then suddenly show that they're actually really dumb. Let me check the place quickly. So I said it last time, I think right before the stream ended. But we were about to see another area that was in this area. Not right now, I mean not as long as we're in the village. But after that we'll see.
Bridge.
This bridge has a bit of history to it. Port Renede was originally built here on this inlet. The water's deep enough for ships, but as you can see, it's a bit too narrow for a port. Large ships couldn't come close without a top-rate crew. So Port Renede was used almost exclusively by smaller ships.
What about the Von Eltia?
We're the best of the best. We came and went as we pleased.
So your point is you wanted to brag.
Hey, let me finish. The people wanted their town to grow, so they built an outer harbor for large ships, and this bridge to connect to it.
Uh-huh. So that's why the port and the town are separate.
But there's more. We secretly helped provide the funds and resources for them to build it.
So you are bragging.
And did this bridge bring prosperity to Port Renede?
No. The Abbey began regulating shipping and travel, right about the time the town finished building the outer port. If only the seas had remained free, Port Renede would have developed into a center for commerce and trade.
I suppose things don't always go as planned.
Yep.
Then again, even if Port Renede became a bustling port, we still would have no trouble slipping in or out.
I'm not biting this time.
But yeah, it's often the case really, like people who don't like measure the consequences of their decisions and end up basically preventing great opportunities from being fulfilled. Like when hang on, I'm trying to find an example. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty that I just don't know any of the top of my head, but like, oh yeah, no, there's a recent one, a really recent one. I think it's Microsoft that announced they closed the game studio that was working on the remake of Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, which, from what I've heard, was a really appreciated game, and the remake was really like was something that a lot of people were expecting. A lot of people wanted to get the remake, so it would have probably been a success, a massive success, and the studio just got closed for apparently no reason, which means that we'll never see that remake. We will never see any kind of game that the same studio could have been working on. I think they were working on a number of other games that were not that had not been revealed yet. Like, there are so many opportunities that we have lost. The company has lost opportunities because they could have made a lot of money off of it. And of course, there's a massive loss of jobs. I think we're talking about 9,000 people. Like, how do you see a game studio with 9,000 people working on something that a lot of people are expecting, and think, yes, the most rational thing to do is to close that studio? Like, I'm sure there are plenty of smaller studios that are working on things that will never work, that will never be popular ever, and that could have, by being closed down, saved the same amount of money to the company. Anyway, sorry, had to go on a rant here. Anyway, did I kill any red demon? I don't think so. You know, but there are two. one in the Fens of Nog and one in the Work Forest, which are two territories that we'll have to go through.
When I was in Port Zexen, I heard that a swarm of demons attacked the palace and killed the High Priest.
No way! Isn't the palace the most heavily guarded place in the world? How did the exorcist let that happen?
Bad news really does travel fast.
They say that the demons were disguised as humans, but were actually enormous monsters twice the size of any man. They had razor-sharp horns and 3 burning eyes. They could take over your mind just by glaring at you.
If the demons were that terrible, no wonder the exorcist couldn't deal with them.
Some rumors say they escaped. Some say a legate took them down in a climactic battle. But no one knows the truth. We should be ready to run in case they show up.
Is the world falling apart? Will the bad times return again?
A horned giant with 3 eyes, huh? Velvet, you're one scary lady.
They said swarm, so they were talking about you too.
Yep, and of course, the rumors turn into the rumors eventually start portraying them as something really, really powerful and scary, because that's basically the way people decide to cope with the idea that their dear abbey was invaded by demons. They can't imagine that these demons are actually still look human. Hello kid, no, I'm not playing your games. I'm not interested. Hang on. Before I go to the star, this town is also where we'll get, I think it's like when we return here after doing our quest, we'll get our first actual side quest of the game. There aren't many. Actually, in Tales of Berseria, side quests are very rare. I think we have like maybe a dozen of them. And most of them appear near the end of the game.
I know I'm repeating myself, but that's just not possible.
But the High Priest hasn't been seen since then. How do you explain that? I heard some people from the capital say that he might have been attacked by demons.
The Abbey's trying to cover it up, but the truth is getting out.
Yep.
The security at the palace is better than anywhere else. Demons breaking in? Inconceivable.
But what if a whole horde assailed the castle?
The exorcists guarding the palace are elite, the best of the best. Horde or not, they couldn't have gotten in.
But what if they were some sort of giant demons? No matter how elite the guards may be, they'd have trouble against something like that.
If giant demons appeared in the capital, there'd
Yeah,
be an
yeah, I was
uproar.
gonna say that.
I understand your concerns, but please remain calm and trust us. Panic and confusion is just what the demons want. They'll use it to slip into this very town.
Well, we know that, but still.
It looks like rumors from the capital are spreading.
The more chaos there is here, the easier it'll be for us to move around.
Yep, and you see, like, sure, he's still like spreading the lies that nothing happened to the High Priest, but at the same time, he's not using the rumors of giant, scary, actually really scary demons. Quite the opposite. He's trying to calm this down and using actual logic. Like, if we really were giant demons, an army of giant demons, there would be no capital left. Like, Logres would be ruins, because why would we have just attacked the Abyss place and not like the entire city? I feel like I haven't bought anything in a while, probably just because I haven't streamed this game in 4 days. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to hang on, lower garment for Magiru. Hang on. Magiloo. Floric Garman. Okay, so yeah. I need to check my schedule. Normally, Monday will be like normal. I mean, there won't be any problem. But I will tell you on Monday. I will retell you on Monday. But on Wednesday, I have some actual things preventing me from doing the normal schedule, probably. Because I have an appointment in around the time I start my streams. And I have something to watch at the end of the day, so I'll probably still stream on Wednesday, but it will be much shorter than usual. And on Sunday, next Sunday, of course, not tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's because there's going to be a sports event in my city, so I don't know if I'm not really a sports fan, but it's something that will take as the entire city, so I might just go check it out for once. 1, 2, 5, and I have 1, 3, 3. It's easier for me to read longer numbers as individual numbers.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
We're looking for Salatoma flowers.
Well now, that's an order I don't get every day. It's not for the Corsair's Scourge by any chance.
The very same. Some of our crew developed fever 3 days ago. I want to take care of it as quickly as possible.
Understandable, but unfortunately, I'm out of stock right now.
How can you be out of stock? The flower's in season, isn't it?
It is, but not too long ago, a demon appeared in Warg Forest where we harvested. And now the Abbey won't let anyone inside.
They what? Why haven't they exterminated the demon?
From what little I've heard, they've had trouble tracking the thing. 100 people go in, maybe only one will actually come across the beast.
If it's so rare, then what's the danger?
Because nobody who's encountered it has come back alive.
First the Corsair Scourge, then no medicine, the Abbey, and a mysterious demon. Never a dull moment with the Reaper's curse, eh?
I could try to order some from other towns, but if you're already on day 3, they might not make it in time.
But if we go to the Warg Forest, the Salatoma will be in bloom, correct?
Right, but the demon...
We're going to the forest.
But the demon... Oh wait, no. We can actually get the... We can... wait, we might actually be able to start the...
I can't take it anymore.
Oh wait, no, the quest starts later.
Life in this village. There you go, with the whining again.
Those two, they seem to be rather upset.
Best stay out of it. They're going at it hammer and tongs. The phrase is hammer and tongs.
I'm not whining. It's been 10 years and the village is no better off than when we started. Every year it gets colder, and every year our harvest gets worse. And the risk of demon blight hasn't gone away.
Your point? Compared to other regions, Westgand has fewer cases of demon blight. Other areas are suffering worse from the cold and the demons. I'd say we're better off here than anywhere else.
You're saying we're lucky that all we have to worry about is cultivating this inhospitable land?
Don't be so impatient. We'll see results. Westgand has incredible potential. If we keep working this land, eventually it will become a prosperous place. Maybe not now, but in 100 years or 1,000, our descendants will have joy and plenty. That's enough for me.
Yeah, about that.
Who cares about ancestors? I'm talking about...
Good man, your words have moved me. As an exorcist, I promise to work my hardest to end the demon blight and help people like you find security.
Oh, thank you for your kind words, young exorcist. Then I have a request. How about you start helping by marrying this fool son of mine?
What?
Ever since his lover gave him the slip, he's been whining like this non-stop.
I'm very sorry, but that wasn't exactly what I had in mind.
Nope, you don't have a choice, Eleanor. Anyway, so yeah, he said like in 1,000 years this land will become prosperous. Yeah, no, because see where we are. That's a desert in 1,000 years. That's a really dry desert.
The demon of Warg Forest? Yeah, I heard about it.
It's been the talk of the town round here lately. My guess is it's some kind of invisible demon. Scary, right?
An invisible demon?
A bunch of exorcists got together to hunt the demon, but they couldn't find it. If it's not invisible, then maybe it's so fast they couldn't see it, or too small for them to notice.
What kind of watch are they keeping on the forest now?
Shouldn't you know? You're an exorcist too, right?
Yes, but my duties take me from place to place, and I don't know the details of the demon hunts in this area.
I see. I don't really know the details myself either, but I hear the exorcists are patrolling in shifts.
Interesting. It sounds like they still might not have a good lead on what this demon is.
Please hurry. Find that demon and get rid of it. We won't feel safe until it's gone.
You have my word. We'll do everything we can.
We're here to find Salatoma. Sorry, but we don't have time to go demon hunting.
I know.
I was gonna say, like, one demon, not really our issue. Unless the demon is specifically hindering us, it's not really our problem, is it? Anyway. And here we are. So this... Hang on. Hang on. Gonna take care of this witch. Yeah, sure. Control W. I forgot there's still some tutorials to have. Oh, and I forgot Eleanor is actively in my party. I need to change my party setup.
I still need a lot of training.
Hang on, I need to change my party setup. Formation.
You know what you're getting into.
Yeah, my time to shine.
Anyway, so this area is the one I was talking about that is in Zesteria. It's the place with the sorts of, not really mushrooms, I guess. No, it's the one with the lily pads. Like, here leads to the Bernac Plateau, which is a place that we've been to before. It's the entrance to what's it called? To Vortigern. So this leads back basically to the direction of Vortigern. And but in Zesteria, this leads to the desert. Hang on, trying to scroll correctly. Why is it inverted? Anyway, so yeah, this leads to up top leads to the desert in Zesteria. Here we are. Our code red, and our objective is common. Why is my mouse? Why does my mouse keep disappearing here in this game? It's here. Okay. For some reason, my mouse keeps disappearing in the map. So anyway, for now we'll focus on. Hang on, I'm gonna grab some spirits. We'll focus on the main objective. It's not like we won't ever come back here. We'd have the opportunity to come back.
Said, what's the Reaper's Curse Magilu was talking about?
Supposedly, Eisen's presence has the power to bring misfortune to the people around him.
Is that some sort of special Moloch power or something?
It's worse than mere misfortune. At Vortigern, there was a sudden mass outbreak of demon blight, and many of his fellow crew died on his watch.
I find that a little hard to believe, honestly.
The Reaper's curse is all too real. It was the Reaper's curse that tore me from you and got me captured by Miss Magilu.
Oh, is that so?
Possibly.
I missed you so much. The hazy halcyon days when I would blow on your cheeks to make your tears dry up.
Hey, that's not...
It must be destiny that we've been reunited. How I wish I could return to your side once more.
Do what you want. I don't care.
Really?
I won't stop you. Maybe she wants a Moloch who freely divulges a young girl's secrets.
I'm fine, thank you very much. I've already got Laphicet to look after as it is.
Aw, no fair! Is he the one who blows on your tears now when you cry?
He most certainly does not. And as of right
Jesus
now,
Christ,
you're a
bien
stranger
fou.
to me.
What? Just so we're clear, Laphicet will do no blowing on any cheeks.
Of course not. I mean, not that it ever happened in the first place anyway. Just forget it.
Get another victim of the Reaper's curse!
See, I love how they managed to make these kids like seem so lively, when all it is just a few sprites for each character moving around. Like, you can still feel like some movement and like some I mean, you can actually feel as if it's a full-blown animation when it's not. Like this, the comedic timing when Velvet was dragging Laphicet.
I'm glad for that. But please remember, the Reaper's curse is no joke.
Is Isen's curse even real? I'm having trouble believing in it.
You never know. Talk like that might give you a stomachache, or a blister, or a bug might fly into your mouth.
A bug?
Miss Moggy-Lou, please stop making up things just to scare Madame Eleanor. Like when you said that 4 Navy warships tried to detain the Von Eltia and disappeared without a trace?
Nope.
Or that Eisen
It's true.
stop over on an island and the men there caught demon blight? Or that a man bumped into his shoulder and started laughing and died from suffocation?
Please stop. That's even more frightening.
That's a pack of lies. It was 7 warships. Everyone on the island, not just men, caught demon blight. And the guy who bumped into me died from hiccups.
Hold me.
But as far as the Corsair's Scourge goes, you don't need to worry. Just drink the Salatoma juice and you'll be fine.
Assuming they're in bloom.
Yeah, there is that.
I have a bad feeling about this.
She said the thing. Sorry. For some reason, I always find it funny when characters say they have a bad feeling about this. But yeah, I was seeing the comedic timing when Velvet was dragging Laphicet. It was simply just an animation of the 2 sprites moving away from Eleanor's sprite, but it just works. But yeah, Eisen's curse is a bit powerful. That's a weapon for Eleanor. At some point I remember to check really on equipment and stuff. Which makes me realize that I wanted to do more at the... when I was at the shop. I forgot. Okay, starting straight up with this. You see? By the way, she's level 27 and weak to fire. Oh. Don't I have fire? Nice.
Nothing can stop these fists.
I essentially spammed her with fire and further increases damage inflicted during a weak point combo on moderate difficulty or higher. I mean normal, so it doesn't concern me. Great. Why are most of these things just about moderate difficulty or higher? and not like normal difficulty. Hang on. And let's go to Work Forest. So we have another code red in the area.
We need to be careful. There may well be exorcists around.
Oh, it's actually pronounced Warg here. I'd assume it's pronounced Warg because English has, for some reason, the habit of pronouncing A with a O sound. But no, it's Warg.
This is a dual-layered barrier. It's the Abbey's new invention.
So it's two barriers working in tandem then.
That sure sounds like a hell of a lot of trouble just to stop people from coming in.
It really does.
So unlike the other like barrier system we saw in the cave last time, this one comes back in a few places. And in my opinion, they don't use it enough. I mean, they don't use it with full potential, and it doesn't really create interesting puzzles.
Consistent, if nothing else.
The curse even affects coin flips?
Seems that way.
A Moloch's powers affect physical objects and can, at times, even synchronize with their wavelengths.
And in your case, it's that coin?
Yeah. That's why it always comes up tails.
You must forgive my skepticism.
Whether you choose to believe it or not is really up to you.
It might be worth noting that coin is also Eisen's vessel.
So is that wavelength business the reason why Laphicet always has that compass around him?
That's part of it, but in another sense, it's a kind of proof of his manhood.
Proof of his manhood?
Must polish you so you don't rust.
That doesn't make any sense.
For a praetor, you really don't know that much about the world, do you?
I mean, boys will be boys, you know. Anyway, I forgot to mention, since the Fens of Nug is basically the place with the water lily, the lily pads in this area. This is the forest that's like with full unburned trees. The one where we, I think we had like a side quest about a hang on, let me remember. We had a side quest with an archaeologist. That's the word. Who got lost in there, and we defeated the boss, and he left an Iris gem. Hang on, the expedition first.
Take a look at this.
And man, it's already been like 30 minutes.
Scout ship setting sail.
I guess, yeah, it does. And we got a skit.
The Reaper's curse. The Abbey needs to know about this. I'll have to investigate further. A coin that always comes up tails. Can a Moloch's influence extend so far?
I see you're a woman of deep skepticism.
I know it's hard to believe, but Eisen's coin really does only come up tails.
Wait a minute. Are you using some sort of trick on it, Magilu?
Oh, your gaze falls on me then?
Well, I am a woman of deep skepticism.
And one who holds grudges too, apparently. But no, I don't have anything to do with it. In fact, I tried a little spell to make it come up heads, and it wouldn't take hold.
The coin's not gimmicked. There's no trick. See for yourself if you like.
This is the Demon Lord Daus.
Good eye. It's from Carl.
It's from Carlin! I've never seen an authentic specimen. It's incredibly ancient, and yet it looks freshly minted.
There's a reason for that. Gold is normally soft, but they found a way to harden.
I know! They cover the surface of a softer metal with a heat-reactive shaped memory alloy! That's what makes it hard to scratch.
Right.
It's a technique no one alive can duplicate, and it makes any trickery impossible. I might just have to believe in this curse of yours after all.
I thought you said they had made the surface itself harder, not covered it with something else.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I swear you said...
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Shape memory alloy. That's how they did it.
Yeah, I think I said, like, not last time, but the time before, that Alison explaining how something works is a habit of him. I did not mention another part of it. It's that a lot of times he's actually wrong. Like, he make assumptions. I mean, either assumptions or he uses, like, actually wrong knowledge to explain something, and actually, yeah, he's wrong every time, and he has to be corrected. Is that the correct word? Yeah.
So
Anyway.
what does this Solitoma flower look like exactly?
In a word, ugly. The flower itself is purple with leaves and stem of maroon.
An ugly flower. All right, I'll keep an eye out.
By the way, do you know what Solitoma means in the language of flowers?
Was it deceitful coexistence? What's with that? Even its symbolism is awful.
Deceitful coexistence.
The perfect flower for us.
What's wrong, Luffy said?
I mean, she's not
Luffy was
wrong.
right,
Yep.
isn't she?
Could be. Eleanor is from the Abbey. I'm not sure that someone like that would ever genuinely want to make friends with us.
That's what I thought.
But it's not all quarrels between us. There's commonalities, I guess you could call it. We share common ground.
Deceitful coexistence doesn't trouble me at all. I'll always be here for you, Madam Eleanor. You and I shared an eternal vow that binds us together.
All I did was make a pact to tether you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk about it in a way that could create the wrong impression.
Madam Eleanor, you're so cold.
Try your eyes, Bienfu. You still have me, don't you?
Oh, Miss Mogulu, you're the only one for me, honest.
Good, good. Now think hard on my kindness and do as you're told.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just have to hang in there until I find a new love.
Laphicet, think about deceitful coexistence this way.
Demon, exorcist, Moloch, pirate, witch. We're never going to be a single cohesive unit. But each of us understands where the others are coming from in a way that's very real.
So it's not really a deception.
Yeah, not really. I think selfish coexistence might make the better fit.
Maybe so.
Yep. Unless one is hiding who they really are to the others, there's no really deceit in there. And I mean, like, in the case of Eleanor, her, like, there's one thing that probably, like, helped a lot with her adapting to the group itself. I mean, adapting to, like, accepting to go with the group. And it's the entire part with the High Priest. If she had not, like, followed us through the actions we took against the High Priest's business, let's just say, she would not have discovered by herself that the High Priest was the culprit. behind the traffic, and he would not have trusted us, as I mean, she doesn't really trust us completely, but she wouldn't have like so easily accepted to stay with us. Like, she knows that we're not inherently bad.
Be on the lookout for the ugly flowers.
Ugly purple flowers. Got it.
She knows that we're not like inherently bad. Like our methods are questionable because we don't really care much about like proper justice and things like that. It's just like, if you're in our way, we kill you. If you're doing something bad that we need to prevent, we kill you. That's basically it. There's no like making you atone for your sins or stuff like that. So that's definitely something that prevents her from completely trusting us. But she knows that deep down we're still doing like the right thing in some areas, and we were completely right that the High Priest was a bad man. So if we were right on that, she knows that there has to be a reason as to why we go against Artorius. Yeah, I could not go south on where I was here. Okay, let me pull up that. I couldn't go here because it's a dead end, and here it's closed, so you know. Yeah. So, and I mean, for the little she's interacted with us since joining the party, she's heard individual reasons to undertake this journey. She's seen firsthand Rokuro's grudge against his brother. She's seen, and I mean, she's heard Velvet's explanation as to why she wants to kill Artorius. Like, she sees that every other character has a good motivation born from something completely natural. It's not like irrational hatred. It's not like oh, I just want to kill him because I'm evil and he's good. No, it's because he did this thing to me, so I want to take revenge. And that's basically what explains how she's, despite being the really odd one out of the bunch, she can accept to coexist with us. Anyway, I'm gonna take care of the code red before anything else. So I will have to open the barrier, which means going through here. And screw you, skunk. I'm not interested. No. Oh, come on. Freaking werewolf. I mean, they call them lycanthrope. I don't know if there's a difference between a werewolf and a lycanthrope, or is there just synonymous words?
Sorry to cut you down.
Like, are there two words to designate the same thing, or are there like two separate words because they designate two different creatures? And what would be the difference between a werewolf and a lycanthrope? Anyway, this leads back to the place that's blocked off, that we are about to block. Okay. And now I can go back to so yeah, this little trick to reach the red demon is like one of the most advanced puzzles with these barriers. So that's why I think it's technically a bit wasted the way they use it in this game. They could have done much more with it. Anyway, it's great that code reds do not attack you on sight. I can just explore a bit before I take it on. No. Guess I choose to empty the chest because it will be replenished anyway at some point. Not that I will ever come back here, so it doesn't really matter, you know. Let me see, weak to wind. Do we have anyone that has something to do with wind? Maybe Eleanor. I believe she might have something to do with wind. I mean, technically, it seems like Aizen has a lot to do with wind as well. Which I guess could explain his... Could explain the link between him and the Vid. Grants a random skill that enhances abilities when HP drops below a certain level, on moderate or above. I'm going to break this game if they keep giving me stuff about moderate or above. Like, come on, like, at least give me like normal stuff for normal difficulty. Anyway, we're pretty close to our objective, I'm pretty sure. So if I go on the right here, it will bring me back to where I said there was a dead end. You can see a split in the map. That's a drop. That's yeah, a place you have to drop from. So that's why I'm not going there. I mean, I will come through here anyway later, because I need to unlock a warp point in this place. But right now, I'm pretty sure there's like... yeah, we go to the next area, we get a save point, and we get our objective. Something like that. Shiba Inu tail. Great. I'm not interested in being the Doge. The Doge.
You there! What do you think you're doing here?
We could ask the same of you.
Man, they are so weak.
Is something going on back there? They didn't look like they were demon hunting.
Are you making that move? No, it just did it by itself.
He's in sync with his compass, just like Aizen and his coin.
Aizen, you're an Earth Moloch, right? Do you sense anything around here?
No, I don't. It seems Laphicet's senses
Oh wait,
are
no, he's
shut
an
in
Earth
mine.
Malak, like his sister. Makes sense.
It stopped, but something still feels wrong.
Like what?
It kind of feels like when we got sealed inside that Earth Pulse.
So a force similar to Inominat's power? I'm starting to think this may be no ordinary demon we're dealing with here.
Maybe, possibly. What might you make me? What? Sorry, I can't talk. What might make you say that? Okay, there are way too many monsters in this area. Screw you guys, I'm busy. I just noticed that my second screen is like has moved a bunch, so I can't see a part of it. Not that it really matters anyway, but you know. Okay, and of course. I'm ignoring all of you punks. Screw you. Anyway. Oh yeah, last time also forgot to mention. Last time after I ended the stream, I did it as I said I would. I kept Soul Worker open a bit longer. I ended up closing it before I would have planned to close it at first, but it's because I was watching something and wanted to focus on it. But all I did was stay in the hub and collect connection rewards. And one of them, no way, another one other thing that I collected was a daily reward, which is how you get one of the event items, the watermelon. It's usually it's when they do an event in Soul Worker, there's at least like one of the event items that is collected through daily quests. And the daily quest was simply to like dismantle some items, I believe.
It looks like a dead end up ahead. Laphicet, do you feel anything here?
No, not right now.
Maybe later.
Look! Purple flowers!
Yep, Salatoma.
Is the demon the real reason the Abbey's closed off the forest?
Worry about it later. It's flower picking time.
Agreed.
What do you think, kiddo? I told you these things were hard on the eyes. I mean, who puts those colors together?
Yeah, they're really nasty looking. But if they help the others, that's good enough for me.
Laphicet! This must be the demon we were warned about.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
So much for this demon being hard to find. Is this the Reaper's curse yet again?
We're just getting started.
I mean, a beetle is hard to find, you know.
Another barrier! That barrier. Even my praetor hearts can't break that. What's going on here? Why go to such lengths to keep this demon alive?
Either way, I don't think we're hauling home any flowers unless we beat up Mr. Bugglesworth here.
Right. Everyone, let's do this.
Time to take care of a bug. And no, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the
Fantasizing and help us get rid of it.
coding one. Yeah, it makes sense that it's weak to fire. You know, it's like a Pokemon, but it's exactly like a Pokemon, weak to fire and water. I mean, okay, sure, it's also like the same as an actual bug. You know what I mean. Okay, I'm taking a bit of damage here. Jesus Christ. Can you stop spamming your attack, Aiza?
Phew! Insect collecting is a sweatier hobby than I thought.
Look! Can we keep him?
No, hand it over. I'll dispose of it.
Aww.
The Abbey had some reason for protecting it. Maybe we should keep it alive for observation.
You want it, you feed it.
This barrier, I hated it. Sorry.
Anyway, now that we've got these flowers, Eleanor and my crew ought to be out of danger.
Hey! Forgetting somebody?
It looks like we've closed the door on this little episode. That insect demon was a bit of a surprise, but I still think this curse business is overblown.
I can count on one hand how many have survived more than 3 years at my side. If you're not careful, you might wind up as corpse number 50.
50?
That's how many comrades I've lost.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just saying, don't let your guard down.
Right.
Now that we've got what we need, we should get back to the ship.
Nice.
I wonder what they call this kind of bug.
You're way into that thing, aren't you?
Sorry if I'm eating a lot today during the stream. I just want to make sure that I don't like feel bad like the last time. Oh, I guess maybe I don't need to go to the other warp.
A bit of an awkward question. What kind of demon would you say Velvet is?
Well...
Oh, don't worry. I'm not trying to find a vulnerability or anything. I'm only asking out of curiosity.
It's not that I doubt you, Eleanor. I just don't know much about her myself.
You've fought against her, haven't you? She consumes her enemies with her left hand and claims their power. She's a demon like absolutely no other. Plunk just about any demon down in front of her, and I bet she could devour it in a single gulp.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much true. Sometimes demons that she doesn't entirely devour turn human again, but...
What? You've seen demons turn back into humans?
Is it that big of a deal?
Of course it is! Everyone knows that once you catch demon blight, that's it. There's no turning back. Although, I did see it happen with the High Priest Gideon. I wonder if there's some kind of connection.
Not that it matters if he turned back, demon or not, he's dead either way.
Whatever it is, it's of no concern to a pirate.
If I were you, I wouldn't worry about what's normal. If things were normal, we wouldn't have found each other.
You have a point.
Sorry I couldn't help, Eleanor.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. But I need to keep digging until I find out more about the kind of demon Velvet is.
If you say so. Oh wait, no, yeah, I don't have to unlock the warp point. It brings me to this place. Specifically. Come on. Oh yeah, by the way, the thing that hang on. The thing that I'm snacking on is like some sort of... Normally it's considered an appetizer, I mean, I don't remember. I think. Wait, no. I was gonna say something, but no, I was. It was gonna be way off. Hang on, let me take care of these guys before, and then I will be able to focus.
You're just lucky I made it quick.
Yeah. There are things worse than death.
Sorry, I was waiting for them to finish. So yeah, the thing that I'm snacking on is basically some sort of snack you eat normally at the beginning of a meal. I got it for free.
Incredible! A new species is usually named after the person who discovered it. The Laphicet rhinoceros beetle, then?
Rhinoceros beetle? Whoa, now, that's a stag beetle if I ever saw one.
No. Those things may look like pincers, but they're actually horns. A three-horned beetle will cause quite a stir in the bug community.
Hey, I know pincers when I see them, and those were some mighty pincers. The Laphicet stag beetle has a better ring to it, right?
What part of that sounds better?
The whole thing. Stag beetles are the strongest, after all.
I can't let that go unchallenged. The rhinoceros is the king of beetledom.
Beetledom? More like beetledum.
That doesn't help your case at all.
Rokuro, Aizen.
I feel a dangerous storm brewing.
The rhino is a one-trick pony with its horn, but a stag can cut its opponents in half. Its weapons can be used in any situation. The stag is a true swordsman.
That's petty trickery. The only beetle with the raw muscle to decide its own fate is the rhino.
But they only live for a year. The stag can survive through the winter.
They live hard and die young. Is the beauty of such a life lost on you?
Why is it that boys get so excited when they talk about bugs? Rhinoceros, stag, or butterfly. It's all no matter to me.
They all look like cockroaches.
They're totally different!
So, what will you name it?
I think Rhinostagros for now.
I was waiting for this specific skit. One of my favorite in the entire game. I just love how they start having a beef over the kind of beetle it is.
Scout ship setting sail.
So yeah, I was saying basically like the things I was snacking on because I just finished it was like some sort of. I mean, it's something that you normally eat at the beginning of a meal as an appetizer. I got it for free because I had a free coupon. The store I usually do my I usually buy my groceries at uses a mobile app for the like. It's not really a membership system. It's like they call it fidelity system. So whenever I buy groceries, I scan my phone and it adds it. I don't actually get points on this one, but if I reach like a certain amount of money spent during the month, I get a coupon for something for free. There are like 4 coupons you can get through that way during the month, and whenever you buy something, whenever you buy groceries, if you scan your phone at the end of it, you get the chance to win a free coupon. To win a coupon. Usually, I don't think it's actually randomized. I think it's like based on the specific stores that you went to, and it's linked to their stocks and things like that.
Salatoma flower
But yep,
like raspberries.
I had like
Let me smell.
a coupon for some free snacks and I
Oh, they smell tasty.
got them.
Do they really taste that bad?
They lure you in with their scent, but once that flower hits your tongue, its flavor transforms into something dreadful.
Dreadful like how?
The petals melt into a liquid thousands of times stronger than mint, and the leaves and stem taste richer than the richest beef tongue. The two flavors clash and fizz on your tongue, and your whole body is racked with choking pain.
What?
Seriously? That's what Ifrit told me anyway.
I mean, true, he doesn't need it.
True. That's exactly what it's like.
You've tasted it before, haven't you? Is there any way around it?
You can squeeze it, boil it, mix it with honey, but nothing gets rid of the taste. Trying to mix it or sweeten it makes it even harder for some to swallow.
Have you taken yours?
No, I'll do it once I'm back on the ship with the pirates.
Wait, are you the type that puts off unpleasant tasks?
Not at all. I simply cannot be the first to drink it when others are still waiting for us to deliver their doses.
You do know that you'll have to drink double the dose after you start displaying the symptoms, right?
Are you certain?
Quit being so stubborn. It'd be better if you just got it over with.
And you've taken your dose?
No, I don't need to. Having a tethered Moloch drink it is enough to absorb its effects.
But to a Moloch, it tastes...
Yes, the cuter you are, the worse it tastes. It's good to be an exorcist, eh, Eleanor?
Do I have to drink it?
Of course not. I'll suffer through my own dose of Salatoma.
Oh, poo. How dull.
It's a weird thing that the effect works. I mean, it's a medicine. It's supposed to heal the body, so why does it work if your tethered Malak drinks it? And also, like, I already don't like mint, like, at all. Any kind of meat is too spicy for me. So I can't imagine having to take something that's 1,000 times more spicy than, 1,000 times spicier than mint. But yeah, I can't stand mint. I used to like not really dislike it, not necessarily like or love it, but it was fine, I guess. Like when I was a kid, I would eat or drink some mint flavored stuff.
You think there's any
I could no
chance
longer do that.
Moloch would launch an attack here?
His target's probably Loringen, but stay sharp just in case. He might try to break open the bug cage as a diversion.
Wanted Moloch? Loringen?
First that demon Rex Helavis, and then Eleanor betrays us? We're never gonna catch a break.
Quit whining. Cleaning up messes is our job.
I never noticed that the TH sound is not pronounced in that. The TH letters rather are not pronounced in that game, in that name.
And the bug cage. That barrier, I assume?
If so, it won't be long before they find out we broke in.
Then we should make our exit while we can.
Like, in my mind, I've always pronounced it Losringen or something similar. Never really noticed that it's pronounced Loringen, which will make it way easier for me to pronounce. Thank God. Like, don't make me have to pronounce like really hard names. I can't stand it. Alright, every warp point is activated and it doesn't matter because I won't come back. Something is preventing you, so it means there's going to be something in this area. I can't even go back to the forest. Like the icon is grayed out. Okay. Sorry, I was checking if my mic was still. activated. Oh yeah.
Hey, how goes it? Zavid! Easy there, bro. I don't got time to spar today. Got a date lined up.
That artifact you've got belongs to Ifried. Why do you have it?
Just picked it up off the ground somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Don't screw with me, tough guy. I have ways of making you talk.
Or dear Siegfried.
I wonder how much pain gets you to open up.
You're the one about to be tested.
It's not up to you how this goes. If I want to talk, we'll talk. And if I want to fight, we'll fight.
What are you?
I'd play more, but I don't want to keep old Pointybeard waiting. We'll chat some more later, with our fists.
Wait!
Aizen! We need to get the flowers to everyone on the ship!
You can handle it!
But you're...
Let's head back, Laffy said.
All right.
He's a grown man. He can handle himself.
I'll finish this now. They were nothing.
Oh wait. No, come on.
That thing Zavid was holding? What do you think that was?
From the sound of it, it seemed to belong to Ifrit.
It's a
I've
gun.
never seen any object or art quite like it. Maybe it's that relic Ifrit brought back from a continent across the sea.
An art from another continent. Do you think Aizen will be alright?
That Moloch seemed to know what he was doing. I'd rather we just stayed out of his way, but...
First the throne, and now here. What is Zavid after, anyway?
He was probably just making up that date business. But still, old Pointybeard?
Just like Ifried. When I was talking with Benwick, he said Ifried had a pointy beard.
You don't say.
Then I bet Zavid is that wanted Moloch the Abbey's looking for.
Yeah. He must be aware they're after him. And then he baited Aizen into following him, using something that belonged to Ifried.
And I'm pretty sure Aizen knew that, but he went after him all the same. This can only go well, I'm sure.
Is Aizen in trouble?
It doesn't matter either way, if his Corsair Scourge goes untreated. For now, let's get back to the ship.
Yep. So basically, Ifrit found the US, I guess. Just like that, he found the US somewhere, and bam, you get a gun. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to you and get myself some. Oh wait, money. Speaking of money, I wanted to do stuff here that I forgot last time. Ooh, I have a lot of stuff to sell. Okay. Do I have anything to dismantle? Nope. Sorry. I'm trying really hard to focus and not like get lost in my mind while I'm checking things out here. It's really hard. Because whenever I'm not actively doing something like fighting and stuff, my brain starts trying to like fill some kind of blank space with something else. So I start to like think about something, and I eventually get lost, sometimes for over an hour. It has happened. Pretty sure yesterday, like at some point I started thinking about something, and I realized an hour later that I was completely lost in my mind. Fortunately, I'm finally having a medical appointment soon, so maybe I will be able to start doing something about that ADHD, which would be a blessing. Because I don't think I've ever known like actual clear thoughts and like a clear mind and things like that. I've always only known like getting lost in my brain, not being able to focus. I should probably start fighting more monsters just to grind the equipment and dismantle it.
Look! A frog! It's unusual to see one this close to the sea.
Hey, I thought of a poem! Day at Port Renede. A frog jumps into the void. The sound of the sea.
Mogiloo? What was that?
Just a little poem that popped into my head. My inspiration came from pondering the terror a frog would feel if it unwittingly leapt into the salty ocean. That's...
I don't get it at all.
I got another one! Skinny little frog, Mogiloo is on your side. Do not give up hope.
I guess that one is about rooting for a frog?
I'm also not sure it counts as a poem.
Bet a fortune on a game of chance involving frogs. That was my inspiration for this one. What do you think? Poetic, isn't it?
Not really.
I think you have a gambling problem.
So, did this skinny frog win?
Nope. I lost my entire bet.
I think we can call that poetic justice.
Yep. But yeah, that was not a poem. That's not what a poem sounds like. And I'm not saying a poem necessarily uses rhymes. Like there are good poems that don't use rhymes. But a poem usually has a flow to the words and uses like imagery rather than being too direct in the meaning of the words. Usually it would use like metaphors and stuff. I can appreciate a good poem, but it depends. It depends really. Like I'm not going to overtly seek poems. I'm not going to like look some up or some stuff like that. But sometimes I come across some by chance. I come across some things that are really poetic and like really great. And my favorite are the ones that use imagery. Like in some shows, there are sometimes characters that like to talk in a very specific manner, all in metaphors and stuff like that. Some of these characters are among my favorites because I like the words they use to describe things. Like, the more you're able to put into your description of something, the more I'm likely to like it.
We've brought back your solitomas. Drink up.
You've saved us! But where's the first mate?
We bumped into some wannabe tough guy Moloch and he just took off after him.
What? That must have been Zavid! Why didn't you guys follow him?
And leave you all with the Corsair Scourge?
Yes! Eisen's the one in danger here.
Is it because the Abbey is after Zavid?
So you even knew about it? I heard the details from a merchant who deals with the Abbey. Some big-shot exorcist named Melchior has set up a trap for Zavid and Loringen.
If Eisen gets caught up in that, he might not make it out alive.
So now there's Melchior to worry about.
Why is Lord Melchior assuming direct command to capture Zavid? Wait, that's not important. What matters is I can turn Laffy's head over to him and finally return to the Abbey.
Melchior's a legate. A powerful enemy, trap or no.
Ugh, you guys are useless. Well, fine. If you're not going to go help him, we will.
What makes you think you're capable of being any help?
Would you let an ally get slaughtered just because you were scared?
What?
We want to save him. Maybe we'll lose. It still won't stop us. We are the ones who decide our fates. Only us. That's just the creed of Eifried's pirates.
You're a real hothead, you know that? Nobody said anything about not helping Eisen.
Huh?
You all stay here, take your medicine like good little boys, and be ready to welcome back your first mate and captain.
The captain?
Why else would Eisen knowingly barge into a trap, if not to save Eifried?
Of course! Leave the ship and crew to me.
Here, this one's for you.
Those pirates haven't a lick of sense in them.
They don't let reason dictate who they protect.
If you say so, Demon.
Come on, drink it. And she's dead. Too bad. Sorry.
Now, about where Eisen's headed.
Those exorcists were talking about some place called Loringen.
Yes. It's a tower in the northern part of Westgand where the exorcists train.
Lines up with what Benwick told us. That must be the place.
There must be a lot of exorcists. Hang in there, Eisen.
That'll take more than basic exorcists to do him in.
We ought to pity any poor exorcists who meet the Reaper.
Right. Let's work together and find him.
Sure. I wanted to say something and I forgot. Brain empty. Sorry. Oh yeah. No. No, okay, no. It's something that I wanted to say and I decided that I didn't want to say, so, you know.
Solitoma is as awful as I remember. I'd hoped I'd never have to drink it again.
Are you alright, Eleanor?
Is this your second experience with the Corsair Scourge?
No, I had it for a different reason. In the Abbey, it's tradition for initiates to drink Solitoma as part of their welcoming festivities.
Sounds like hazing to me.
Yep, I was gonna say.
Everyone shares the same experience, drinking something so shockingly revolting. Our bonds are strengthened. It's a good thing.
If you say so.
I really did believe I'd never have to taste it again. To be blunt, I hate it.
You're lucky you think it tastes so terrible. That means you also know what tastes good. Right, Velvet?
What does that mean?
Velvet can't taste anything aside from blood.
What? Is that because she's a demon?
I'm aware of one other flavor. Mogulu, here's your dose of Solitoma.
No!
Get back here!
Don't! Keep that salad away from me! I see. The sweet taste of another suffering.
Yep. Especially a witch.
Why does it seem like everyone around me is completely mad?
Because they are.
Yeah! Continuing to fight when you know you'll lose just is insane!
Would you stand around and watch your comrade die?
Sanity is overrated.
I wouldn't want to, but getting myself killed wouldn't save anyone either.
Yes, it would be illogical to fight.
Is being illogical really that bad?
Well,
at the Empyrean's throne, I remember Velvet standing, despite the horrible pain she felt. Rokuro is training with all his heart in order to defeat his brother Shigure. And Kurogane used up his own head to forge a powerful blade.
None of that
is very logical.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to put it, but I think it's all amazing.
Aren't you forgetting someone?
Magilu is traveling with us, even though she doesn't care. And that...
Yes, go on.
I don't really understand what that's about.
Miss Magilu, hang in there!
Well, it is amazing in some sense, I suppose.
But yeah, sanity is overrated. You know. Being sane is boring, probably. I don't know. I've never been sane. I wouldn't be able to tell, but I'm pretty sure it would feel boring. Why would you not want some folly in your life?
Hello there. You're headed to Loringen Tower too? Just a bit ago, a brawny, silver-haired man asked me how to get there.
Did he say why he was going there?
Something about meeting some friends of his. Exorcists use that tower to train, right? If he has exorcist friends, then maybe he's one too. But he seemed a bit rough and tumble to be an exorcist. I can't imagine a man like him.
Did he say anything else?
He said someone else might stop by and ask about the tower, and told me to tell him if they do. Did he mean you?
No clue.
So he was planning on us following him. What's he scheming?
You mean Zavid? Or the Abbey?
Both.
Yep, I was gonna say both. Okay, so no, I guess the quest only start... I mean, the side quest doesn't start until I'm back from Loringen. I didn't remember that. Hang on. Yep. Making sure.
Loringen Tower lies beyond the Bernac Plateau.
Yep, we need to head north.
If you're gonna set up an obvious trap, couldn't it at least be someplace more convenient?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, of course, like having a place that is not really convenient is better for laying down a trap and for making sure that your target cannot escape. But you know, makes sense that you'd want it to be convenient as well. Because they can't really count on the idea that the trap would not be discovered. So you know, might as well just like to make it something convenient for everyone. I just wanted to. I have a problem with odd numbers. I hate odd numbers. I cannot stand odd numbers. So if I have an odd number of things, I try to get it to an even number instead. So here, like, I have 1, 3, 3 spirits. I want another, just to make it even.
Why Eisen and Zavid can't work together to find Eifried.
All men their age care about is their reputation, their street cred. Such a hassle.
Oh, really?
Well, I can't fully deny it.
The same could be said of women, and of everyone really. It's hard to work alongside someone unless you strive to understand their thoughts and feelings.
And if you can't?
Well,
It's like Zavid said. You start talking with your fists instead.
Sounds harder than I thought.
Yeah, for a lot of people working with someone else, even if you have the same goal, isn't really like the easiest thing to do. Great, why? Okay, nice. I was gonna say, why did they have to put 3 of them here and not 4? But there was a 4th one. No, wait. Why did they? I completely forgot that there was a code red here for some reason. Oh, he's like 20 levels below us. Stop whining, like you said. See? Literally just took off half of his HP.
Come on, really?
Yes, really. For each successive hit during a Mystic Art, a portion of the expanded BG will be restored. I'm not sure it will be really useful for me, but you know.
Whoa! Hot water is spouting out of the mountain!
And look at those rainbows. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world, the Bernak Geyser. The water heats up from underground until the pressure forces it to spray up from the surface.
And the rainbows are caused by light reflecting from the salts suspended in the mineral water. It took tens of thousands of years for the minerals to accumulate here and form this phenomenon.
Wowee!
That was very educational. At least you know plenty of trivia, if nothing else.
Additionally, the groundwater veins that feed this geyser are connected to the sea. Because of this, every now and then a boiled octopus or crab will shoot out from the geyser!
No way!
That's impossible.
Well, not impossible, but with the salt content of the geyser's water, I bet they're seasoned to perfection.
Magulu, I'm declaring your bizarre imagination the 8th wonder of the world.
People say that all the time.
It's funny that even in this world that is completely different from ours, they would still use the saying 7 wonders of the world. Okay. And yeah, to think that later on all of this will be a desert and the water will have moved to no, I guess no, it wouldn't have to move actually to the other place. But yeah, in 1,000 years or so, this would be a desert.
Did you get the medicine to the ship's crew?
Yeah.
Good. My thanks to you.
These soldiers won't be happy in the morning, but they're alive. Is this your work?
No. They were like this when I got here. It must have been Zavid.
He didn't kill a single one. Interesting.
The Abbey is going to great lengths to arrest
Sounds like Zavid.
Even so, he clearly knows he's walking into a trap. What I don't get is why he roped me into all of this. If he didn't want my help, then what need did he have to play the Ifrid card on me?
If you knew this was a trap, why did you come?
To see for myself. When I met Ifrid, I was wallowing in despair that I would ever find a way to break the Reaper's curse. Stop denying reality, he told me. If you were really born with that curse, then it's a part of you. But if the Reaper learns to grasp the wheel of his life, even he may find his creed, his path through stormy waters. And so, I joined him aboard the Von Eltia.
A creed of life.
Let's say someone's murdered the captain. If it came as the result of him living life on his terms, I could accept that. But if anyone, and I mean anyone, tries to crush his way of life, I could never forgive them.
Who's there?
It's rude to eavesdrop.
If you got secrets, talk about them at home.
Zavid, isn't there any way you and Eisen can work together somehow?
Not if he's going to keep acting like this.
Well, that's how it is.
point of all that posturing? He could have just stayed hidden. Weirdo.
Can't disagree there.
Loringen Tower is a training ground for exorcists, right?
Yes, it's a great edifice built on ancient ruins.
Laphicet, did you ever go there when you were tethered to Teresa?
I don't really remember the beginning of my service to Teresa.
I see.
What sort of training do they do there?
Exorcists are tested and assigned Malachim equivalent to their aptitude with mana. It's also where they practice Malach arts and study our laws.
So the lower ranks use it as a sparring ground in order to train up to the higher ranks?
No, an exorcist's affinity to mana is not something that strengthens through training. We are given Malachim based on our inborn ability, then learn arts to suit that ability.
So, an orderly is an orderly for life, then?
Correct.
There'd be no spirit of competition then. Don't they want to get stronger, to advance through the ranks?
There'd be no purpose to advancement. Rank signifies nothing more than the type and number of Malachim one can tether. People join the Abbey for only two reasons: to protect people from demons, and to save the world.
That's what you
Are all
think.
of you that dedicated to asceticism?
How sickeningly noble of you.
I wonder if your wills are suppressed just like those of the Malachim you use.
Deviants like you could never possibly understand our motives. In any case, that is who awaits you at Loringen Tower.
So we're in for a rough welcome. I say bring it on.
Look, I'm not doubting Eleanor's motivation. Like, sure, maybe she herself just wants to be an exorcist to help people against demons and stuff like that. But you can't expect it to be like the truth for everyone. Like, you can't lie to yourself and expect that an organization that is created specifically to fight monsters only bring in people who want to save the world. That's not how it works. Because when you say saving people, saving the world, you say rewards. And you say rewards, you say money, you say fame, you say things like that. There are probably way more people that are in for the money, for whatever reason, rather either that they want to get rich or they want to help family members. Like, just doing something because just doing something for the money isn't inherently bad. It's the way you want to use that money, and like, I guess, like the way you treat that desire. That is really important. But like, there are probably way more people that are in for the money, and and probably some for the glory as well, than there are people who genuinely want to help people in that organization. It's true for any organization that at least works in a similar way. It's true for the army. You really expect every soldier who joins an army to be full on, I'm going to protect my country? I'm doing this to protect my country and to save people? No. Like, depending on the country, some of them are even there by choice. They're there in the army because it's either that or having nothing in their life. Some do it because they are pressured into it as well, so, you know.
I can't wrap my head around Zavid.
We witnessed his unwillingness to kill before, but it seems he's quite serious about it.
Maybe that's why I don't feel scared of him. Even when he and Eisen were about to fight, I didn't feel tense at all.
Perhaps that's just because you've been around Velvet a bit too long, kiddo. Next to her, few people are frightening.
Do you think so?
Don't ask me.
He doesn't come across as vicious. I think that's why you're not scared.
Because he's just a brawler?
Maybe he's just naive.
Okay, so he's just a naive brawler. He's still involved with Ifrid's disappearance, and he's also taking on the Abbey. I just don't get him.
Yep.
Me neither.
Uh-huh.
agree, but I don't understand any of you either.
Like, knowing what we know so far, that Ifrid was taken by the Abbey, and that one of the legates had something to do with him disappearing from the prison. If David is indeed the one behind his disappearance, that means he's the one who brought him to the Abbey. So why would he suddenly change his mind?
Why did Ifrid let Eisen join his ship, knowing he carried the Reaper's curse with him? What good did it do? I just don't see the reason behind it.
Well, if it were me who had that curse, it would mean that you and Velvet could die because of it, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If that's the case, then I'd feel like I'd both want to and not want to be close to you two. And I'd probably really, really hate myself for it.
Do you suppose that's how Eisen feels? But Ifrid still took him in. He agreed they'd put up with the curse together.
It's all a bit hard to fathom.
Well, if one thing's for certain, it sounds like Ifrid's a very strong man. At least for a base lawless pirate.
Wait, sorry. I just noticed I muted myself. Getting interested, are you, Eleanor? Screw you. Stop following me. No, stop following me. Okay. So here, this leads like... Oh, come on.
Can I ask you about that thing Zavid had?
Can you let me
It belonged
talk?
to Ifrid, didn't it? I've read much of the Abbey's archives and weaponry, but I've never seen anything like it.
He found it when we crossed to the far continent. It's a relic from a long-vanished civilization. He's like me and can't resist a good treasure. But of everything we've found, that one was his most prized.
What is it?
I can't say. It seemed like a weapon, but Ifrid wouldn't let anyone touch it. He went off and tested it on his own, then came back all grinning, saying he had an ace up his sleeve the next time we got into a fight.
Then it's definitely some sort of ancient combat device? But why is Zavid looking for Ifrid? To apologize for stealing it?
He doesn't seem like that much of a gentleman.
Did he really steal it?
What do you mean?
It's just my feeling, but Zavid doesn't seem like the type of Moloch to steal something so precious.
He said he just picked it up. Perhaps he's trying to return it.
Perhaps.
Or he's lying about picking it up. And there's another reason why he has it. Anyway, so this leads back to the place that we arrived at when we reached Vortigern. Like when we exited the cave that led to a large place with the gate of Vortigern, and on the other side was a wall that we could not go through. So it's this one, and it's what we see in this area when we go north to the northernmost part of the desert. We see this wall and this gate. We can't go through. So I guess technically around there would lead to like the cave where we found Maven's ancestors' tomb. Like, you know, the poet Maven. I'm not going to... I'm just going like to step in once. I'm not going to go further than this because there will be a quest to go here. But for now there's nothing in there. Not even a code red demon. The code red will be the quest boss.
I'll finish this now.
But for now the cave is like mostly full of small fries.
Victory is ours.
But if you remember... Oh, no, wait. Again, the cooking level. Max HP plus 10%. No, I'm keeping the stun thing. But if you remember Tales of Zestiria, there was this wall, and on the left of it, I mean, when you went to the left, you got this. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. I've been trying to remember what its name in Zestiria. You know, the city in the desert? I mean, the settlement, rather, in the desert.
No one on guard. They're really not bothering to hide this
Where
trap.
we
They
fight
probably knew we'd
we fight
sense it.
Maven.
The question now is just what they're planning to spring on us.
So yeah, the tower in which some people live, and we eventually fight Maven. Here. That's it. Which is quite impressive, because even if there isn't much left of it in the future, there's still like quite a lot in 1000 years. Way more than you'd expect to still see after such a long time. And there's still like... Oh, my eyes. This blue water, which will not be there in 1000 years. At least I don't remember it being there. But yeah, people... Yeah, here were like tents and stuff like that in the future. With like the Lord of the Land staying here, remember? I don't remember the flag, if it's the same. It might be the same, maybe like in 1000 years it never came under ownership of another like nation or something.
Eisen, when and how did Ifri disappear exactly? And how did you two meet in the first place?
You know, you ask an awful lot of questions about us.
What? I don't mean to pry, really. Perhaps it's a habit I picked up from my work. Drat. It seems I've been digging too hard.
No matter. Ifrid vanished about a year ago. He agreed to fight a duel against someone, and secretly left to meet his opponent. Once we figured out what was happening, we rushed to the scene. But all we found was the aftermath of a fight, and a pendulum.
Was Zavid his opponent?
Given his choice of weapon and his ability to fight, I'd say it's likely.
What I don't get is why Ifrid would end up captured and imprisoned by the Abbey after a fight with a stray Moloch.
The Abbey had him prisoner?
On their island. Until an exorcist named Melchior took him away, that is.
What? Lord Melchior did?
The Abbey would have captured Ifrid about a year ago. Surely it must have caused quite a stir.
I was simply patrolling. I wasn't involved in any such operations. Oh, but I do remember that we suffered a great number of casualties around that time. I never heard why, and when I went to investigate, I found no records of any major deployment. And then I was ordered to cease any such investigation by Lord Melchior.
It's all coming together.
He wanted to hide something, clearly. And I think I'm starting to get a picture of what it was.
And it involves the Abbey?
At least, very much likely. And yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, so this is the room where we fought Maven. And he died. I mean, not from us, but you know. Saffron. Yeah, 1 minute, Ifrid. I will come after I've climbed a bit. So these stairs were broken in the future. And I mean, it's not like they lead to a lot of places. I need 140 and I have like 57. So unless I come back later, I won't be able to open this one. Yeah, it leads to a door. We can't go through it. We can't go to the top, which is a shame. I would have loved to, you know, simply be able to go to the top of Loringen Tower. What was it named again in this area? I forgot. Anyway. Hello, my dude.
Ifrid.
So, this is Von Ifrid.
Eisen, it's good to see you again.
So you're alive. You could have sent a letter.
When have you ever written a letter to another man?
True. Aside from my little brother, not even once.
Your brother? Ah, yes. You told me that once. Eisen, why?
I've got no brother.
See, that's the issue when you're trying to trick someone with an illusion and you don't know enough about them.